Football at the 50. Coles out of the shotgun with Cormier to the right. On a first down and 10 and a bad snap. Coles has to go back and to try and keep the play alive. Gets a block by Garner. Heaves it downfield for Walker. Catch at the 20. Touchdown Madison. What a play. Just when you thought they might go quietly, a broken play is turned into a long touchdown throw from Coles to Lee Walker. 43 seconds to go, and they'll throw it to Jackson. And Jackson is as elusive as ever. Gets away from a couple. Jackson to the end zone. Oh, what a move! Are you kidding me?
He long jumped into the end zone.
Complete 360 in the air and scores about the most amazing touchdown you're ever going to see. He went Sean White there, the flying tomato in those red jerseys. Under 8 to go. Goff, pressure coming, steps up, fires over the middle, and it is caught after being broken up. Oh, it's Colton Handley. Austin Scarville nearly had his 7th pick, and Marin Catholic grabs back the lead.
They have a punter.
Yes, they do. That was a disastrous drive. And oh, by the way, that punter's a darn good athlete, Nadori Jackson. Again, scored on a fake punt in the section title game. Doubtful they'll pull it out of their bag of tricks here with 7:34 to go in the third and a 35-0 lead. Marcus Northcutt deep to receive. Oh, they did pull it out. Jackson to run. My goodness. Jackson has the first down. Jackson up the far sideline. He has done it again. He'll high step into the end zone for a touchdown.
You can take a few more risks in trying to intercept the football instead of they're going to throw the ball.
There's Cormier with a run, and Cormier running for the first down in space. Cormier gets away from one, turns on the afterburners, and Madison has the lead back. Oh my goodness.
You understand why he's going to Arizona now?
Oh, yeah.
For those that are just tuning in, you understand why he's going to big-time college football?
Well, I'm an Arizona alum. I usually donate $25 a year. I'm making it $50 now, JJ. The Oakdale Mustangs have made the long bus ride down I-5 from the Modesto area, coming to Carson for the first time in school history. Their opponent this afternoon in the Division II state championship game, the Sarah Cavaliers. Third time in 4 years they've been here. We'll settle the score in D2 next. Well, the Home Depot Center in Carson getting ready to host the Division II state championship game. And this afternoon, the NorCal champs, the Oakdale Mustangs, facing the Southern California champs, the Sarah Cavaliers. And just moments ago, ending about a half hour ago, we had a classic battle in Division III between Marin Catholic and the Madison Warhawks. Madison rallying JJ from down 21 points to start the second quarter to come away with their first ever state championship.
They rallied behind Pierre Cormier, but what kept Marin Catholic in the game is Jared Goff and his arm strength. He was able to power the ball down the field to keep Marin Catholic in the game.
And right here, the game-winning touchdown by Cormier, scampering 76 yards to give Madison that first ever state championship. Well, welcome inside the Home Depot Center. Steve Quis alongside JJ Stokes, and we're ready to go in Division II. Sarah against Oakdale. This should be a lot of fun. I'm not sure if we'll have as many points as we saw in the game prior, but nonetheless, expecting a good game this afternoon.
I don't know if we will have that many points, but this is a classic case of speed versus experience. The speed comes from Sarah and the experience of Oakdale.
Sarah won 13 games this season. They are 13-2 coming into this one. Here's their road to the NCIF State Division II Championship, and you could see they had a first-round bye, so a bit of a break. Then they won the Western Division over Chaminade, a rematch of a game they lost earlier this season, and then in the Division II Regional, knocking off Edison last week at Orange Coast College. And they are led by perhaps the most outstanding player on the field in any one of the 5 games this weekend, and that's number 21, Adoree Jackson.
Truly the best athlete on the field. Plays corner and plays receiver. 5 interceptions this year. One of the players of the year. An outstanding long jumper. So he's a true all-around athlete that can make things happen for them.
Oakdale playing in their 16th game this season. They are 14-1. Their only loss earlier this season in week 2 to a very good Oceanside team. Here's the damage that they did in the postseason, winning a Sac Joaquin Section Division III championship over Vista Del Lago, and then getting a win in the regional last week against Clayton Valley. Their wing tee, they're going to run it a lot, but their quarterback can throw it. Spencer Thomas, he's pretty good.
Yeah, Spencer Thomas is a guy that can run the ball. He's run for 438 yards this year and can throw the ball. Has thrown for 1,671 yards and 25 touchdowns. So he is also a dual threat that Sarah's has to be concerned about.
Well, they made the long bus ride down, and you know the Home Depot Center could actually seat the entire population of the city of Oakdale, California. I hope the last person out of town shut the light off. We'll kick it off coming up next. And you're playing against a team that's only 1-2, but they're pretty darn good. Let's take a look at our Carl's Jr. matchup as we start to break this one down in a complete 180 from last week. Instead of having to stop Matt Ryan in the pass, the Chargers now have to find a way to bottle up the National Football League's top rusher.
Jamal is having a phenomenal year. He's a perennial 1,000-yard rusher. He's coming off of a 233-yard rushing day. He averaged, get this, 5.9 yards a carry last week. That is insane. And the Chargers are going to have to bottle him up, and they're going to win.
288 all-purpose yards from him. He had close to 40 touches in the game. So the two guys that have got a spy on him, make sure they know where he is at all time, is Butler and Spikes for San Diego. Are they up to the challenge this weekend?
I certainly think so. These are two of the smartest linebackers in the NFL. And the way that the defensive line for the Chargers have been playing gives, particularly Takeo, opportunities to make some big plays. And so long as he's healthy and he gets his eye on the game, gets the guys in the right position, I think the defensive line and these linebackers can be up for this challenge.
All right, while we have a moment, let's introduce you now to the #1 rated offense in the National Football League. We touched upon that a moment ago after just 3 weeks, and these 3 guys are the ones that lead an attack that averages 441 yards a game. They had 510 against New Orleans at New Orleans last Sunday, despite Matt Cassel having a very tough year so far.
Well, this is definitely an offense that's being led by the running game. Matt, right now, 3 touchdowns, 4 picks, and he also has 3 fumbles that he's lost. So he's a bit turnover prone. We know for a fact that even though they're the #1 rated offense right now in the NFL, it's a bit deceiving because of how well the running game has been going.
Well, one of his top targets for the last few years has been Dwayne Bowe, and he is a load. Always seems to be in top form when he faces the Chargers. 4 career TDs in 9 games against San Diego. Final quarter of the Division III state championship game here in Carson. The champs from San Diego, a 24-21 lead over the champs from the North Coast section. And it was the champs from the North Coast section, Marin Catholic, who were up 21-0 2 seconds into the second quarter of play, and have watched Madison score 24 unanswered points. And the final 12 minutes now on the scoreboard here at the Home Depot Center in 2nd down and 15. Madison will have the football at the Marin Catholic 45-yard line. Their starting quarterback, Kareem Coles, has gone out with severe cramping. They now have the backup in, David Casco, and they've run a lot of the Wildcat. Casco now lining up in the shotgun. He has completed his only throw. And Casco throwing this time and a little too high. Incomplete, intended for Garner. Still would have had a lot of heavy lifting to do to get that first down. It brings up 3rd and long, and you see Cole starting to gingerly jog there.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely needed. They've condensed this defense, understand that they want to run the football, and they're not going to make any long throws down the field. So when a defense knows that, they can play up and really jump passes. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him jump and pass potential interception opportunity here for Marin Catholic.
Casco has to make the play of his life. Pressure coming, good block, and throws it up right, incomplete, intended at the 14-yard line for Vincent Parrish. Johnny McClain, a sophomore, defending. They targeted Parrish earlier in the game to no avail and hold everything. There's a penalty marker resting in front of us right there on the 45-yard line. Madison is signaling that it is against Marin Catholic.
First, personal foul. Hands to the face, defense.
Wow.
15 yards, first down.
Wow, what a break for Madison.
That's a huge break for Madison.
Now they can chew up more of the clock, and they're on the drive deeper in Wildcat territory.
That gives them an automatic first down and a new set of downs and the ability to continue to run the football, which is what Madison truly wants to do with their star quarterback being out.
Cormier now lining up to the right of Casco on a day when his Wildcats rallied to win the New Mexico Bowl 49-48 over Nevada. Here's Cormier running right, has room, has another first down, looking for the end zone, accelerates, and it is a touchdown, Madison. 30 yards, Pierre Cormier, and that is 30 unanswered for the Warhawks.
And they love to do this read option. And David Casco, who steps in for Kareem Coles, still has the ability to do the read option. And right here, you see him look to the front side. Immediately, Cormier's eyes go to the backside, and there's nobody back there for support. And he gets a lead block as he's escorted into the end zone.
Last drive they score on a long field going 95 yards. This drive looks like it's going to stall at midfield. Their starting quarterback is injured. They put in the backup. They run the Wildcat to perfection, and the end result is their 31st unanswered point.
I know I should have health insurance, but on my
for
programs that include access to doctors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from wherever you are. Don't wait. Call ICANN right now.
Visit stopbullying.gov.
16 seconds into the fourth quarter, Madison 31, Marin Catholic 21. Steve Quis alongside J.J. Stokes. Home Depot Center in Carson, Division III state championship game. And Pierre Cormier, headed to Arizona next season, has found his way into the end zone twice here and has given Madison a 10-point advantage.
You got an opportunity to see Cormier. He's a dynamic runner, and they've leaned more heavily on him in this second half with Kareem Coles going out due to cramps and David Casco coming in. And Cormier today has run for 184 yards, 8.4 yards a carry, almost averaging a first down with 2 touchdowns. He's having an outstanding day at the pinnacle of his high school career.
Up over 2,100 yards now for this season rushing. Let's show you what he has done here in this football game and how dynamic he has been. Again, Rich Rod will get his hands on him next year in Tucson.
Yeah, and they'll be able to work with him. You see how his patience, and then once he makes a decision, he goes. You see him stepping in that one hard plant downfield. He has a little wiggle in his hips. I mean, this guy is an ultimate runner because he possesses all the qualities that you want a running back to have. He can do it from the inside in between the tackles, and there you see him running outside. The vision to get on that backside and follow his blocker into the end zone.
So here's Goff and the Wildcats again. It's Terry through the middle up to the 24-yard line. And they need to score here. They scored on their first 3 drives of the game. Their last 5 drives, they've had to punt each and every time.
For me, it's about that penetration by Madison up front, and it really prevented Achille Terry from taking off. But now they're starting to rely on Achille Terry to do some damage, and eventually they're going to have to strike through the air.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to get the hands into the ball, or the ball into the hands of Andrew Sellis. Speaking of Sellis, he's in motion there. Goff going to throw long, and it is caught, and that's Danny Noonan. Gets away from the defender. Touchdown, Marin Catholic. Trevon King got beat, 76 yards.
With some misdirection, you have to love that play because it creates that minute of second guessing yourself and what's going to happen. And you see their number one playmaker go in motion, and Noonan beats his man Trevon King down the field and then stumbles, so Noonan sails into the end zone.
A two-play drive and a touchdown. The extra point attempt is good, and we have a 3-point game with 10:54 to go.
What happened during the course of that play is Trevon King's eyes. I think Trevon King's eyes get into the background. You see him not really taking off. His eyes are into the backfield, and he thinks Sellis is a potential playmaker and disregards Noonan, who burns him in the end.
So after Madison had scored 31 unanswered and had done a terrific job on defense the last 5 Marin Catholic drives, forcing him to punt, they get burned right there. Burned for 80 yards, 2 plays, 80 yards. And Noonan, the senior, who they had targeted without much success earlier in this game, pulls off the 76-yard reception for a touchdown.
In addition to Trevon King having his eyes back there, it still has to be a perfect throw and catch. Great concentration by Noonan. Great toss by Jared Goff.
We got us a ball game again. You knew the Wildcats were not going to go quietly. Their only loss of the season in week 3 to Vacaville, and Vacaville scored 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to pull out the win. Short little kick that goes out of bounds, and a penalty marker will come up. Now, last time this happened, Madison made him re-kick it. I'll be interested to see whether or not Coles has been hydrated enough and is stretched out enough to return to the field.
Team. Receiving team chooses a re-kick at the previous spot plus 5 yards.
Yep, so they'll make him kick it from 5 yards back.
They are adamant they want the ball into Walker's hands for Madison. And that's the reasoning behind making them re-kick the ball. We're going to get the ball into Walker's hands because he is such an explosive player. And you understand that he can make the momentum swing as fast as it just swung in Marin Catholic's direction.
Yeah, with 5:44 to go last week against Monrovia, at Monrovia, with his team down 17-14. He fielded a kick at the 4-yard line on a bounce and took it 96 yards for a touchdown in the regional, and amounted to the game-winning touchdown, and that's the reason why they're playing in a state championship game for the 2nd time. And this time Walker's going to get a chance. He's Arizona bound. Walker bouncing to the outside, outrunning his blockers, and is out of bounds on the 40 on the far sideline.
Good opportunity to see that speed, turn the corner. Most guys don't turn the corner. He's a guy that turns the corner and accelerates up the sideline, so have to be wary of that. He started in the middle and then knew he had his speed and blocking set up to his right on his outside.
And look who's back, Kareem Coles, the sophomore quarterback. Madison did a nice job when he was out on the last drive. Still converting a touchdown, getting points with their backup quarterback in, running a lot of Wildcat. And a penalty marker is thrown with 10:46 to go in the 4th.
Substitution infraction. 12-man defense. 5 yards still, first down.
Andrew Sellis was the extra man on the field. Couldn't get off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards, now up to the 42-yard line. This is turning into, JJ, the shootout we spoke of in our open.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be outstanding offense, and right here you see, you're going to see it.
Cormier approaching 200 yards rushing on the ground. That'll get him up close to 190 now. He's out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
You have to take your hat off because he is going through that right now, and he's trying to stick that out. And you see him moving around when the ball's being placed by the referees. So he's just trying to stay warm so he keeps the circulation in his legs going strongly.
Second down. And it's Pierre Cormier doing most of the heavy lifting, a gain of a couple. That's enough for a first down. They can chew up some more clock here, coming up on 10:30 to go.
Yeah, and I think Madison really wants to just buy time right now. They understand that they can strike quick when Marin Catholic can. So let's eat up some of this clock, but eventually I think they need to score a touchdown. They can't settle for a field goal here.
First down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Coles to throw, and it's incomplete. Looked like they were targeting Garner. Pokesay defending on the play. Got some 1AA schools looking at him. Southern Oregon has given him an offer.
You know, it's one thing for the quarterback to throw it behind him, but as a receiver, you have to understand where your windows are. And right there, Gardner could have throttled it down, made it much easier to throw for Kareem Coles.
They're going to have to make a couple of plays here. 10:09 to go, a 3-point advantage for Madison. Coles has been out of the shotgun all day. Tucks it into the belly of Cormier, gets away from one, and fights his way up. And after all that effort, still going to wind up losing a couple of yards.
I always say, when you can make a run for no gain look good, right, you're a special back right there. Because he wanted to bounce it outside since they had cut that off. So he does a jump cut and just jumps up forward for a loss, but nevertheless, it was an exciting loss.
Right. He's going into a great system next year at Arizona. I know Kadeem Carey will be back as a junior and coming off an All-American season, so Cormier will probably have to redshirt. Pressure coming from the outside. That's Sellis. Now Sellis is blocked. Cole's going to throw on the run, and he gets hit. Fumble, and Marin Catholic has it at the 47-yard line. Alex Pokesay comes up with it. There's a penalty marker after. Marin Catholic should have this football at the 46-yard line of Madison. Chris Wiggins and his staff sorting it out. There's an injured Marin Catholic player.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So they finally get a takeaway at the 46-yard line, but are going to have to give 15 yards back. Sellis was the injured Marin Catholic player. Let's show you what transpired after the fumble.
And right after the fumble is secured by Gunnar Graham right there, you're going to see somebody come in right there. I mean, you have to know that that's a late hit. You've secured the football. What else can you do other than help pick your teammate up and congratulate him for the recovery?
And so it was Pokesay and Louis Lemerle who combined on that late hit, and it was Gunnar Graham who came up with a loose football. And with 9:18 to go, down 3, Marin Catholic, who struck for a big 76-yard touchdown the last time, has the football now at their own 39-yard line.
You see, they've gotten away from the passing game. They start to run the ball, and I think they've lulled Madison into thinking it's a run play on that last series.
Out of the backfield, throw to Sellis. Exciting player. Vermillion trying to chase him down from behind, but Sellis gets out of bounds at the 47-yard line. And that's enough for a Marin Catholic first down.
And if you track Sam Vermillion, he sees Sellett come out of that on a swing route, and he chases him all the way down 8 yards up the field. That's excellent effort by Vermillion.
Well, Marin Catholic won a thriller in the wind and the rain, 31-28 over El Cerrito to win the North Coast Division III Section Championship. We got another thriller at the Home Depot Center here 2 weeks later. And there's a run. That's Michael Devine. Again, Devine filling the shoes of Nick DeVere. Blew out an ACL before the season started. DeVere was supposed to be their big offensive stud.
Come in motion, give it on the underneath handoff, but he's really looking for a place to go. He just makes a decision, and Kanoa is there to meet him.
Second down and long. Coming up on 8.5 to go in the fourth quarter in Carson. Game 3 of 5 this weekend, with the Northern California champions having won the first 2. This is Akili Terry. Terry with a strong run down to the 37-yard line of Madison, and that's another Marin Catholic first down. Camden Valencia making the stop.
See Akili Terry. I mean, this guy, like I say, he decides he's going downhill, and he makes that one move, and he is lowering those shoulders, and he's going to bring a load with him every single time he runs.
Again, these teams have been here twice to the state championship game at the Home Depot Center in Carson. Both came away having been defeated. Someone's going to get that first state title in school history today. Under 8 to go. Goff, pressure coming, steps up, fires over the middle, and it is caught after being broken up. Oh, it's Colton Handley. Austin Scarville nearly had his 7th pick. And Marin Catholic grabs back the lead.
One-on-one coverage. You have one-on-one coverage with one of your better cornerbacks on the team. Your best cornerback on the team. He tracks it, but look at Scanlon. He keeps his eyes on the football. As it pops up, that's great focus and concentration.
And Marin Catholic has the lead for just the second time. They were up 21-0. They were down 10. They have roared back. The Wildcats, behind the passing of Calbound Goff, have a 4-point lead.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Tomorrow, it's Access Sportsnet Lakers at 2. Followed by Lakers 76ers at 3. And at 6:30, send us your tweets on Lake Show. Only on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet.
7 minutes and 50 seconds to go, and Marin Catholic, the Wildcats, have taken a fourth quarter lead here, 35-31. Jared Goff with his 4th touchdown throw of this game. He's also run for 1. He's got 40 touchdown throws on the season. As you look at the drive there, their last 6 offensive plays, JJ, they have 2 touchdowns, and they've grabbed back the lead.
Yeah, they really have turned it right back on, and it's been behind Jared Goff. He threw that long pass to Noonan for a touchdown, and right now come right back, sensing that you have momentum. Your offense is starting to get back in that pattern, and be effective as they were in that first quarter. So Goff understands that. He understands the flow of the game, and I think that's the reason why he took it deep initially.
Sonny Dykes is getting a good one on the Berkeley campus next year. He had 44 touchdowns a year ago, 40 this season. His dad, a Major League Baseball catcher with the Expos, Pirates, and Astros, so there's some good athletic genes. That's going to be returnable, and that is Lee Walker, and Walker to the 26-yard line. Well, there were some options for Jared Goff on that last touchdown throw. I'll show you what we mean, JJ.
Yeah, he did. Akili Terry goes out into the flat. And right there, you see Goff look downfield, and Terry's waving his hands, but as most receivers do, thinking they're always open. But Akili Terry was open, but nevertheless, Goff makes the right decision as they score points.
I think he took the better option, and now the NorCal champs are back on top. Coles back in there. Coles wants the answer, and he overthrows Parrish down the right sideline. Second down and 10 coming up. We'll see whether or not they go back down on the ground here with Cormier. Try and get some first downs.
You know, Parrish is a guy that can beat the defensive back. We saw it earlier, and he had a single drop earlier. And right there, he was behind the defender. The ball was just a little overthrown. So he does have that speed to make some big plays. But you're right. They need to get back to that ground game and then try to take advantage once again down the field.
Second and 10. Early movement. It looks like Cormier might have moved out of his running back position.
Prior to the snap. False start. Offense.
Boy, now it becomes second down and 15. Starting to take away that option of the run.
Yeah, when you understand that defensively, you can scoot off and you can take a few more risks in trying to intercept the football instead of they're going to throw the ball.
Here's Cormier with a run, and Cormier running for the first down in space. Cormier gets away from one, turns on the afterburners, and Madison has the lead back. Oh my goodness.
You understand why he's going to Arizona now?
Oh, yeah.
For those that are just tuning in, you understand why he's going to big-time college football?
Well, I'm an Arizona alum. I usually donate $25 a year. I'm making it $50 now, JJ.
You see him get the ball, and he cuts right back across the grade. And once he lifts his feet and gets past that initial tackler, I think it was Pokesay, it turned into a foot race. Cormier wins the foot race.
79 yards on the touchdown run. I didn't think he had that extra gear there, and he certainly did. And Madison back on top, 38-35. Feels like I'm watching the LA Cobras.
Oh my goodness.
This is the Cobras and the San Jose SaberCats.
You see Gilmere gets the read option right between guard and tackle, and then cuts it right back on Kilpack. And once he does that, it becomes a foot race. He's taking it to that far pylon, understands the angles that the defensive secondary is going to have to take once he cuts it back right there in Kilpack. And now he sees the defenders. And now it's an angle game. Let me run to that far pylon, force him to run the longest distance in case he is faster. But there was no question he was faster.
Talk about stepping up. 26 carries, 267 yards, and 3 touchdowns now for Pierre Cormier, who will be sleeping well tonight.
He's going to sleep on the bus ride back home. Trust me on that.
He's having a Kadeem Carey type game. Kadeem had 366 rushing yards earlier this season for Arizona against Colorado, named an All-American. Cormier having that type of game on the high school level. That's a touchback.
See right there, Cormier is on the ground, getting his legs Make sure he stretches those hamstrings and those glutes up. So he's put on a show today, but it's not over. There's still 7 minutes, 24 seconds left, and they're going to need him to at least wear out the clock, if not have another performance like we just witnessed in that long touchdown run.
Got a long field with 7:24 to go in this shootout. Goff runs back on a lineman who is missing. And a delay game. Spencer O'Donnell had to race on.
Still first down.
That'll cost him 5 yards. What a mess of penalties. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the game both teams wind up having double figures in penalties. That's the 8th penalty of the game for Marin Catholic, 9 for Madison. 1st and 15. And that's Divine. And he runs right into Jake Vermillion. Let's go down to Kelly Tennant working the sideline. Kelly?
Thanks, Steve. Right before Cormier made that run, the Marin Catholic coaches told their guys, look, we know what Madison can do. We cannot sit back on our heels and be complacent. Then he made that huge run. Now the coach is telling their guys, you have to have your eyes on a swivel. You cannot let up. You have to play your hardest. You really know that this is going to be a brawl. We knew that coming in. Now fight it out.
Second down and 13. Here's Terry running to the outside, and Terry running for the first down marker is going to be 2 yards shy. Sam Vermillion brought him down. If you're thinking about State Bowl individual rushing records, Tyler Gaffney out of the San Diego section. Cathedral Catholic went on to play football and baseball at Stanford. 329 yards rushing in 2008. Cormier has officially 286, and we figure he's not done. I was bumped into Tyler the other day at lunch, and he decided to sign a professional contract with the Pirates, foregoing his final year at Stanford. And what a year it was for the Cardinals. Here's Goff using his legs. He's run for a touchdown already. He runs for a first down there. Big pickup. First down at the 45-yard line of the Wildcats. Lawrence Walker made the stop.
And what the reason behind the success of that play is Goff is not a guy that threatens most defenses. And when they run that read option, they've given it to it. And it allows the setup of that play. And he runs right downhill. The defensive end is hesitant, and a huge play for Goff and Marin Catholic.
17 yards on the run, bringing up a first down and 10 at the 44-yard line. Sellis in motion. Goff surveying downfield to dump it off to a wide-open Sellis. And he's to the Madison 46-yard line before Keone Cano, that is, makes what should be his 140th tackle of the year.
That was an excellent open field tackle on a guy that does punt return, kickoff return. I mean, he does everything for this Marin Catholic, and he tackled him in open field. Now, you got to take your head off to Keone Canoa.
Second championship game for him. When he was a freshman, they asked him to start at center in that state championship game against Escalon. In the rain here at the Home Depot Center. Beautiful day here in the Los Angeles area today. And timeout being called. And Marin Catholic wants to spend one. We've had a lot of action so far here in the fourth quarter. At one point, Madison in this quarter was up 10 points at 31-21.
And you get to see it right there with Cormier. Starts off, he runs backside. This is after Casco has taken over at the quarterback position. And then Jared Goff comes back and hits his target, and Noonan down the field for a touchdown. And lastly, you see the deflection play right there and hauled in by Colton Hanley to finish that off. Once again, it's Pierre Cormier cutting backside, showing his speed as he gets down the sideline for a touchdown.
Well, ex-Charger head coach Marty Schottenheimer used to say, you just got to make one more play than the other guy. And you get the feeling that's what's going to happen here this afternoon. Somebody's got to make one more play, and so far that extra play has been made by Cormier. That long touchdown run, and somebody on Madison's defense is going to have to make one with 4:33 to go in the fourth. 2nd down and 1. Goff likely to run this one himself. Right on cue. He's got the first down. He gets to the 41. It was Jamie Gomez, who last week returned a pick for a score, had 2 picks in the game, one coming in the end zone. A couple of touchdowns last week. He makes the stop.
Get a chance to see Goff turn into a runner. Jared Goff, he hasn't run the ball this much this game, and like I say, with quarterbacks, they're forgotten about man, the unaccounted for guy that would put the safety having to come up to the line of scrimmage and spy wherever the quarterback, and that's not going to happen because of the passer that Jared Goff is.
Goff has accounted for 6 touchdowns in a game. Check it, make it 5. And Goff throwing for Handley, who has a touchdown catch on the last drive, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
And Scarville, defensive back for Madison, really is a little ticked off about the last tipped touchdown and really tries to take it out on Handley right there. He's going to be a little more aggressive at the line of scrimmage with Colton Handley.
It's likely to come down to Madison having to make another play on 3rd down, which they were stellar at on 5 consecutive drives, forcing Marin Catholic to punt the football. Play action, throw to the left, a catch made out there by Alton, who has a touchdown, a lot of space. He's to the 30 and has a Wildcat first down.
You know, both defensive secondary men, you had a guy over Alton, and they run off of coverage, and that allows Goff to read the play, get the ball to a short man, and let him run with the football.
1st down and 10 at the Madison 30-yard line, a 3-point advantage for the Madison Warhawks. San Diego Section Division IV champions. Beat a very good St. Augustine team at Escondido High School in that section championship. Went on the road last week. Rallied in the 4th quarter to beat Monrovia. They got a blitz dialed up here. Terry, great blocking. Goff throws off his back foot for Handley, and it's incomplete right at the goal line. Running step for step there. Austin Scarville said, I'm not going to get beat this time.
So Scarville won't, I don't think you'll see him get beat, but he did hesitate as it comes to that double move. And Colton Handley gets there, but the ball's a little overthrown. You want it to that back pylon, but Handley does not have enough speed to get there.
2nd down and 10, 3:18 to go in the 4th quarter. Again, these two teams have been here already to a state championship game. Both came up empty in defeat. Somebody's going to get out of here with their first ever state championship. Goff under pressure. Goff wrapped up and brought down back at the 36. A gain, a loss, make it of 6. Datun Ogundeshi along with Kanoa bringing down Goff, and here's that 3rd down that we talked about.
And that was more along the lines of a 7-step drop as far as time matters, and he's waiting for the receivers downfield to get into their pass route, but he does not have enough time, and no question, Kanoa, I mean, he's just an attack. He's in attack mode throughout the entire game.
This is the play they'll need to make. They'll likely need to make 2 plays here. Inside of 2:40 to go. Goff slinging it right, incomplete. Trying to go for Handley down at the 10-yard line. It was Gomez who tried to get a hand on it. Ball's incomplete. Now they're going to have to make one more stop, a 4th down stop. 2:29 to go, and Marin Catholic only has 1 timeout left.
And in obvious passing down, the first thing that has to happen is Madison needs to keep their composure, and they need to settle down. Do not jump off sides, but they need to get pressure on Jared Goff in order to make him get the ball out of his hands sooner than he'd like.
Likely to be the play of the game on 4th and 16. The 1st down make is the Madison 20. That's Sellis in motion. whistle timeout, and Marin Catholic spends their final timeout. Now that's important because if Madison makes a defensive stand here, in essence, they'll be able to run out the clock.
Yeah, I mean, it is crucial to try to save your timeouts, but understanding the magnitude of this last play, it's worth getting rid of it because you need to get the first down in order to take the lead. Or even tie, put yourself in a position to kick a field goal. So it's fully understood by Moet. So, yeah, I don't question this timeout.
I'll tell you what, my heart rate is up. Exciting football, and this is only game 1 with 2 to go. JJ and I are back after a quick turnaround. At 4 o'clock, we'll see you for the Division II championship game, Oakdale against Gardena Serra. And then the Open Division Championship, Concord de La Salle against Corona Centennial. So now the situation, Marin Catholic down 3. They were up 21-0 to start this ball game. They're down 3, 2:29 to go. They're out of field goal range. They got it a 4th down and 16 at the 36. They need to get past the Madison 20 to keep this one going. No timeouts left. Goff throwing long, and it is intercepted at the 5-yard line. Austin Scarville, his 7th pick of the season. Now there's a penalty marker at the 6.
We saw it earlier. You can't hit after interception. Why would you try to take a shot on the opposing team? Unnecessary.
Boy, Scarville, you think about it, they had the lead. Remember, he tipped that ball at the 2-yard line. It went right into Colton Hanley's mitts for a touchdown.
To the goal. First down, Madison.
Penalty is against Madison. 2:21 to go, but again, Marin Catholic has 0 timeouts. And Madison is 2:21 away from their first state championship in football. This is what Jared Goff is arguing about with our official. Oh, the feet got tied up. Garner got tied up, his feet. The intended receiver.
You have a case if Scarville's not in front of your intended receiver. You have a legitimate case, but he was in better position than Marin Catholic's Michael Devine.
All right, Madison's got to get this football out of this end zone. Cormier running a wildcat, and Cormier gets to the 10-yard line, and if he gets to the 11, that's going to be a first down. Again, Marin Catholic cannot stop the clock. The clock will momentarily stop here while they reset the chains. That was a big play there on the wildcat. Cormier coming out of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, that was a risky play because if you get that safety, then you have to kick the ball off. There's only a field goal needed to score a touchdown, or excuse me, to score points. So that was a huge play, a risky play.
Yeah, you would just need that field goal to win the football game. Had you gotten the safety there. Clock running, 1:45 to go. This is Garner. And Garner dives forward for a couple of yards.
As a ball carrier now, you better make sure you have 5 points of pressure when you hold that football, because Marin Catholic is coming after that, trying to rip the football out. Anything they can possibly do to get the possession back offensively.
Coming up on a minute to go.
Now you see Kareem Coles get back into the game, and he's still hobbling from cramps earlier. I mean, but his impact could be...
Madison is going to take the delay game.
Still second down.
So now, by my calculations, they've got to find a way here to kill about an extra 12 seconds because of the play clock, obviously, with 2 more downs to go. So if they can string this play out, for a good 7 seconds or so, they might be able to bite up the remaining 102. Coles is going to take a knee.